Hello, everyone. Jen Gilchrist here. Super excited to be sharing with you Intuition for Business Success. Let's see if we can get this opened up for you to be able to see my screen. Awesome. All right, that should be there for you to see our webinar slides so you can have some easy bullets. I know many of you are visual learners, so I just wanted to give some options here. So welcome to Intuition for Business Success and Global Impact, 5 essential elements for transformation and to really leverage your unique gifts to make a massive impact without burning out. So who here feels called to share their gifts with the message and the world? Go ahead and type in the chat below. I'll be checking back periodically. I can't see it in the moment, but I will be checking back. Who here feels called to share their gifts and message with the world? I would love to know. I think it's everyone here. And who would love to have more confidence and clarity in how you share your unique gifts and message with the world so that you can really attract those that you're meant to serve while creating the business and global impact that I know your heart's desires, right? Awesome. Sorry. So thank you for your commitment to your calling. I want to just acknowledge all of you for taking time out of your day, for taking time out of your schedule, for really showing up and really being committed to sharing your unique gifts and message with the world, because I know it's not always easy. There's lots of inner work that has to happen. I just want to congratulate you for taking the time today and just in your life for your commitment to your calling. It's super needed, and I am just blown away by the people in the challenge sharing their missions. It's just so exciting to see what you all are here to bring to the world. So thank you so much. All right, and I want to, some of you are new to me, so I think I'm going to come back to the screen and just share face-to-face a little bit about who I am, why I'm so passionate about really supporting emerging leaders and sharing their gifts and message with the world and really stepping out of their comfort zone so they can really make that big impact in the world. All right, so let me just skip back here. Sometimes the technology takes me a second, so bear with me, please. All right, can you guys see me all right? Let me see if I can get to speaker share. Awesome. Okay, so just a little quick bit about me. Right now life is pretty amazing. I love life. Life is good. I feel happy. I feel empowered. I feel aligned. I like to consider myself that my life is a spiritual retreat. And what I mean by that is that for me, I include meditation, visualization, Zumba, creativity. All of those pieces are now something that I consider to be a part of my everyday workday. Right? It may not happen every day, but it happens a lot of the time. And really including things like for my birthday, 6 years in a row, I went to Hawaii to swim with the wild dolphins, hundreds of them in Hawaii for my birthday. And that's something I would have not given to myself in the past, right? And it's really this balance of divinity and action that I believe truly sustains my life and builds my success, right? And so definitely my life is not always this aligned and peaceful. By the age of 30, I was on the hamster wheel of society's version of success. I had created a 6-figure business of doing hair and makeup, specializing in weddings. I had bought my own home by the age of 30, raised my daughter as a single parent starting at the age of 20. And so it really looked like, wow, I had a lot of things going for me on the outside. But, I was juggling all these hats, right? Many of you, I'm sure, could probably relate. I'm the mom, I'm soccer mom, we're doing, networking events, trying to build a business and just trying to keep it all together. And I found myself extremely exhausted, overwhelmed, burnt out. And I felt like life was really taking me for a ride at this point in my life. And that was about 9 years ago that my life truly did come to a crashing halt. I had gone to a friend's birthday party, had a couple glasses of wine celebrating her birthday. I was on my way home, and suddenly I ended up flipping my car, rolling it twice, and ending up in a ditch. And it was at that point that I felt, I knew my life had to change. I knew that I had to do life differently. I felt afraid and alone. I had no idea what to do. And fortunately, nobody was involved but myself, and I wasn't physically injured, but my SUV was totaled. I literally had to crawl out the window of my car. Every window was crashed out, and I just knew I had to do something differently, right? But I didn't know how to do life differently. And so I prayed, and my dear grandfather came to me in a dream, and it was so vivid. And he really reminded me that there's more to me than just this body. He reminded me that there is spiritual support. He's there, angels there, God, universe, divine wisdom, just unlimited, abundant spiritual support. And reminded me that I am too, also more than just this body. And I remember waking up and I had this overwhelming sense of like peace and hope just like wash over me. And even though I didn't have all the answers, I knew something shifted. I knew that things were going to be okay, right? And it was really quickly after that synchronicity kicked in for the first time in my life that I was aware of. My intuition blasted wide open, basically. And I started on a quest and really found myself, finding that my purpose work was to help awaken others to these spiritual gifts and align their lives and businesses with their purpose. And I got really excited. And I had my first psychic reading, actually, and she told me that 5 years later, I'd be doing what she was doing. And I'm like, wait a second, I just had my first experience hearing my grandfather. I can't imagine leading psychic readings. So anyways, I created a new business. She was right. In 4 years, I created my first second business, Divine Spark Within, but it never really took off because though I was awakened, I was still totally in the spiritual closet. Okay, so type in the chat if you can relate. I don't know if you can relate to this, but I, was super, super afraid and nervous of what other people were going to think, like the hairstylists, my current clients, my family, about this newly awakened psychic, intuitive, spiritual, past life mediumshipness, angel card reading, psychic healer self suddenly just emerging, right? And so I kept it very compartmentalized and separate. But the problem is that it just kept my business hidden and small as well. And so it didn't really take off. And the second thing that happened is I was totally afraid of public speaking. Like that was my biggest fear. And yet I saw myself speaking on stages. I literally in high school convinced all of my high school teachers to let me do my oral reports before or after school. And being a good, honors, quiet student, they let me do it. And so I literally just could not get over my fear of speaking in front of people. I didn't join a networking group for 2 years just because I had to say one sentence of what I did. And so I realized that this lifelong fears were really keeping me hidden and small and stuck in my business. So that is exciting. Thanks, Michelle. I have come a long ways. Thank you. And so, so from there, I found myself at this, well, God has a funny sense of humor, right? I found myself at this conference where they were talking about client attraction, and the next thing they're telling us about speaker training or speaking to attract clients. And I had been shown a vision of this, speaking on stages, big stages, but I didn't expect it to be so soon. And I'm like, oh crap, I've been called out. Like, God, really? Like now? Like seriously? I thought that was like in the future. And here I'm presented with this opportunity that I knew would further my growth. And so I had to go take myself outside and like really do this TLC body meditation that I connected with my body, and I really tuned in. And at this point I'd gotten really good at connecting and feeling, what's the difference between fear and what's the difference between like being fear and stretching your comfort zone versus being in a misalignment. And so when I got honest with myself, I realized that the pain and emptiness of not getting my gifts and message out was bigger than my fear of public speaking. And so I left in alignment with my vision. I listened to my heart and my body, not my head and logic, because that leads to fear, right? And my heart leads me to leap in the direction of my dreams. And so I leapt into a $22,000 business investment when I had no money in the bank and made it happen. And so that was really, really, really a breakthrough moment for me in terms of staking my claim and really, really going for it. And now I love that I get to stand before all of you here today, helping other people and myself to just continue to tune into your soul's message and really step into your confidence and clarity so that you can make a big difference in the world with your message as well. And so I just wanted to share that with you. I'm sure some of you could probably resonate with some of those fears and your own fears, because one of the biggest things I think that comes up for us is fear of people's judgment and putting ourselves out there. Visibility fears do arise in so many different ways. And so it's one of those things that we just have to keep on working through. So thank you for letting me share that. I'm going to stop my video and get back on to sharing the screen so that you can take notes. There's lots of super awesome information I want to share with you. So you want to get your papers out, turn your phones down, and really just give yourself this time. So I will be back, and please comment in the chat. I'm going to come back at midpoint and at the end for questions. So I will be checking back for for your comments as well. Oh, you're welcome, Kim. Thanks for joining, and thank you for receiving that. All right, give me 1 second to get myself shared again. All right, I think we are almost there. Awesome. All right. So, first off, I just also wanted to let you know that some of you are new to me, and I feel, well, let's just get back. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes webinars can get me going off track here. All right, here we are. So I do want to share with you that I'm going to give you as much information as I can. I believe that as transformational leaders and coaches and healers and messengers and change agents, it's really, really powerful to learn to align and integrate and leverage your intuitive gifts and create a massive impact as well as financial success. So that is a lot about what we're going to be sharing today. And for those of you who know your time to shine is now and you're ready to step into your next level of leadership and success, I am going to be sharing with you a special gift for, first of all of those that stay through to the end. I've got a super special gift for you. And for those of you who also feel that you're ready to take this next step, I'm going to be sharing the announcement of the pre-opening of my super special exclusive opportunity to join me in my Soul Inspired Leaders Mastermind. And this is really something special. I've given some thought into how I can really support you in my inner community circle. I feel like all of you are part of my inner circle, and I wanted to create a really special opportunity for you before I go public on Monday. All right, so when my actions and soul's voice are aligned, success happens. Okay, that's a fun mantra. So say it out loud with me. It feels good. When my actions and soul's voice are aligned, success happens. Right? We're really leading a paradigm shift and really paving a new way for women who are rising in business in both the day-to-day practical implementation of strategy, right? As well as I know all of you here are consciously, energetically shifting the human consciousness in your own way, bringing healing, bringing hope, awareness, and really awakening to the collective at large with your unique gifts and message. And so I want to take a moment just to vision this together. So close your eyes with me for a moment. This is a powerful exercise. I do this often. So just close your eyes if you're not driving, of course, and relax a moment and just imagine that. Let's just take a nice deep breath together. And exhale. And one more deep breath in. And exhale. Beautiful. So I want you to imagine like 3 months out, we're in January 2018, and you have been living in full alignment with your actions and your soul purpose, being totally aligned. Success is happening for you. Your soul community and your clients are finding you. They're just attracted to you. They're seeing you. And I want you to take a moment to just let your imagination, show you or feel you. How does that look? What are you doing? Who's finding you? Right? Where are you being seen? What stages are you speaking on? Right? How do you feel? Right? When you see your audiences or your clients, they're like saying, wow, you're like the answer to my prayer. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. What you said just made such a shift in me. Thank you. Right? How is it to be received? Maybe it's finishing your book. I know many of you here have a book in you, as I do. Awesome. So go ahead and open your eyes. That's pretty great, isn't it? It's fun to look at that. And now it's also equally important to look at where are you now, right? Look at where you are now. And I totally get it. And I know some of you have a powerful message and you may feel frustrated that you're not being seen, or maybe some of you have a fear of even being seen, right? I know visibility fear is one that, different layers of it that I have gone through a lot. And on the one hand, I know that many of you here today know that you have a powerful message, yet feel like you're not being seen and heard by those you're meant to serve. On the other hand, I know many of my clients come to me saying they feel so nervous about being visible with their soul's voice. It's vulnerable. I had one client actually tell me that she wanted to crawl in a hole and felt like she was going to die. The thought of putting herself out there on Facebook with her true soul's voice and message out to the world, right? It's a real fear. And for many, I know it's just really overwhelming not to know where to start, how to do it, right? For me, technology, is still not my strongest suit. I've learned a lot and I gained support with that. So I can totally understand that not knowing, right, how to get your structures in place. You may find yourself struggling with distraction, procrastination, and really just avoiding what it is you need to do in order to actually be seen for your soul's work, right? We can get into fear will manifest in procrastination and busy work. So, are you ready to hear my 5 soul secrets to really getting your soul's voice and actions in alignment so that success happens and you can make the income and impact you desire? Woohoo! We're ready to lean into the juicy stuff now. So here we go. Soul success secret number 1, grounding your unique gifts and soulful message into a tangible marketing framework and strategy. Right? As a transformational leader and coaches, we're really being called to shift out of the cookie cutter template, right? Those cut and dry formulas, and really being called to stop looking outside of yourself, right? For all of the information, and instead begin to tune inwards and really begin to trust your intuition and learn to ground your uniqueness into tangible marketing frameworks. And there are 2 big problems that I definitely see, and one is being out of balance in the masculine, which I kind of call the push mode, or the imbalanced feminine, which can be kind of more free-floating and unclear and lacking strategy, right? And one of them is just definitely being totally in your head, trying to follow a template, following another coach's strategy to a T, and it will often fall flat. It will leave you feel frustrated and stuck, right? Like feeling stuck, not really having fun, might yield little to no results. And you find yourself getting into this push mode or the masculine doing, trying, efforting, right? That feeling. And a lot of time really just being wasted and feeling like you're leaving a big part of your vulnerable, authentic part of you out of your business, in your talks, in your Facebook lives, in your marketing, right? It's like trying to do it the right way, quote unquote. And on the other side of the spectrum is the imbalanced feminine, which can be, hiding and journaling, hiding and just meditating and creating and up there in the fun land. It's definitely I love, but not really actually grounding in and rooting into the profit producing actions in the 3D world. Okay. And that's something that is important to be aware of as well. We're all definitely meant to be expressing ourselves differently, which means that we also have to be in an aligned business model that works for us, right? And our energy of who we are as soul. Abundance is our natural state of being, and when it's expressed authentically, we are inherently going to experience joy, freedom, abundance, all of those things, because this is just a natural alignment of being in communication with the truth of who you are, right? So powerfully integrating your masculine and feminine and knowing how to communicate and ground your transformational soulful work and business into tangible marketing strategies and frameworks so that your soul aligned community can help you see you in the market space, as well as see your value of your work and how you are actually there to uniquely support them right where they're at. So the alignment activity for this is awareness is key, right? Just noticing when you're out of balance with your masculine and feminine. There's always the, together, when they're rooted and grounded together, it's super duper powerful. And just notice, when you're out of balance and what actions you can really take by tuning into, what can you do to bring yourself into balance in your day-to-day actions? Are you in effort push mode? Do you need to bring in more of the feminine meditation, creative play space? Or are you kind of playing and not really getting things done and out there? And does that mean that you need to actually focus on the outward action? So just tune in with yourself. And I think this is a day-to-day, sometimes moment by moment thing, right? Let me know if you can relate to that. I'd love to hear in the comments, where do you find your biggest, where are you most imbalanced, or where's your strong suit, your masculine and your feminine? Do you feel pretty balanced within both of them? I'd love to hear. One of my gifts and something I'll teach in my Soul Inspired Leaders Mastermind is marrying your masculine and feminine energy to create every aspect of your business, literally every module, every part of your business, with both an energetically aligned component and a tangible 3D world practical action. This is really, really important, and it keeps you really creating your business in a way that's in alignment, that's true to you, true to your soul's purpose. And it also makes sure that you build your business that's actually fulfilling and fun to you, so that you can feel joyful while you're creating the impact and the income that you desire, right? And it also allows your business to really evolve and grow and shift with you, because as we're on this spiritual growth and path ourselves, our businesses need to grow and evolve as well. And the way that our purpose wants to be expressed in the world through our business is going to change along the way. So really cultivating and harnessing your intuition enough to trust your intuition enough to take the bold, aligned, inspired action is huge, right? It's from this really expanded intuitive vision that you actually get and see ahead of the curve, right? Have you ever been frustrated at missed opportunities, right? That you kind of knew and hadn't been knowing about, of creating an income and impact, and then kind of didn't do it? I know I've had many ideas and downloads that I didn't act on because I had doubt that people would get it or find value in it, or maybe I was told that it wasn't a viable niche, right? I think for transformational people and spiritual people, this all applies, a lot for us. And then a year or so later, seeing other influencers or mainstream leaders really talking about the same thing that was my idea that I had, that I didn't trust, right? Or was told, no, that's not a good one. So I didn't really trust myself enough, and I put other people's strategies over my own. And so this level of trust is going to allow you to take action when you need to on intuitive ideas. So the good news is, when you say yes to creating with spirit and make space for your divine downloads, there is an endless supply of creative $1 million ideas. Is that exciting? Is that exciting? We're all born to be abundant beings, right? When we can line up and align and have the courage to go for it, it's going to attract prosperity no matter what, and unless we are blocking ourselves from receiving it, right? In which case we're not going to experience it, but it's definitely available. And so don't feel like you've missed, just because you had one idea that you didn't take action on. There's always more. There's always more where spirit and the universe can meet you right where you're at and help you align to your abundance, right? So soul success secret number 2 is really learning to create the soul-aligned content creation, right? Learning to unleash your divine downloads. And this is definitely a place that I see people get stuck in, creating, aligned offers that actually sell easily. I know I've experienced this. So some ways this stuckness can manifest, and you can let me know if you've experienced this as well, is, being stuck in creation mode, but never actually getting your gifts out there in the world, right? Getting stuck in that perfection paralysis can happen, or overwhelm. Spending a lot of time and energy mapping out full programs only to find out that people were not as interested in it as you thought, and you are left feeling disappointed when you get little or no response. And by the way, I've been in all of these myself at one time or another, so I can relate. Being in the chasing and getting mode, right? Being in the chasing energy and desperate energy of trying to get clients. And really, at that point, you're seeking outside of yourself to create things in a way that maybe you don't even really want to, things that you think you need to, right? Bending over backwards, getting out of alignment with your own creative genius in order to try to get the clients the way that you see other people, seeming to have success with. And then again, it leaves you feeling defeated, like you've done something wrong. It's like, well, what the heck? I'm doing this. Why isn't it working? I'm following this. Why is it working for them? And so it can start to really, sap your motivation and feel, disheartened, really, right? And frustrated. Watering down your message, right? So it ends up sounding like everybody else, therefore not gaining much momentum in the marketplace. And lastly, I do see people having success, but then maybe not fulfilled in what they're doing, whether they're self-employed or stuck in a soul-sucking job, right? They desire more joy, more fulfillment, and freedom in the purpose-driven business. I know freedom is one of my high values. And that's just why, pretty much we all went into business in the first place, is to have this joy, fulfillment, and freedom, whatever that looks like for us, right? So the alignment activity to help you with this is to really practice 5 or 10 minutes a day to energetically tuning in to your soul-aligned clients, to your collective community that you're here to serve. And I do this through meditation and journaling. This is how I teach my programs as well, where there's always, like, again, that energetic meditation, visualization, energetic space, as well as the tangible action. And I do this, through meditation, personally through journaling, I like to do a Q&A, right? And I literally just read the energy and tune into the message that they need to hear from me that's aligned with my own unique genius, okay? So this is definitely the primary foundation in which I create my programs, my Facebook posts. It helps me find more clarity in where my clients are currently at, right? And what's present for them so that I can really help them and create things to help them break through and align to the next level. It's really powerful. And in my Soul Inspired Leaders Mastermind, I will teach you exactly how to do that. Energetically align your business with your soul and your tangible business strategy. You got to learn the rules, right, in order to break the mold. This is something like, I think that we get into our purpose work and we're so excited. And all of a sudden, like, oh my gosh, wah, wah. There's this whole business aspect that we need to learn how to package and how to market in different ways. Like all these pieces that, you know, we may not have understood were going to be necessary. And so just really learning the rules in order to break them and giving yourself permission to really create your own unique way of showing up in the business model that is really going to support your freedom, your lifestyle that you want, as well as it will allow you to be seen and heard and create that collective impact. So when you practice tuning into this daily, you know, through your morning routine, the divine downloads begin to start coming in very easily. It starts to become like a muscle memory through that your body just gets used to doing. And so, you know, in the challenge that I just led, that was one thing, is the discipline and the commitment to creating space to receive them, right? And then tuning into different specific energies, right? Your clients, your community, things like that will help you get aligned. So when you learn to channel your message, this is something I love, right? When you learn to channel your message through the context of the grounded marketing framework, and really that's aligned to your unique gifts, that's where the magic happens. But you first have to have both of those things in place, I feel personally, to create a sustainable business, right? One of my gifts is to really help see you as soul and awaken you and your intuitive abilities and soul gifts, and then really energetically transmute those blocks and patterns that sometimes we can't see or break through on our own. So that's something I love helping with, because that actually is what is blocking our clarity. And when we can really start to marry those two pieces together, our soul gifts channeled through a marketing framework that feels good to us, that is just how we're designed, it's so powerful. So the soul success secret number 3 is using your intuition for business success. This will save you time, energy, and money, right? So how this saves time, energy, and money is, first of all, your content and your copy becomes really easy to learn to unleash those downloads within the solid framework of marketing. And you will also just have a lot more fun. You'll be much more in flow. You'll be living life on your terms, and then that gives you much more energy and passion and motivation to move towards that. And then that's super magnetic, which attracts your clients and, of course, creates cash flow. And it's really important to mention that we definitely all create and manifest differently. I do a lot of work in the Akashic Records. I'm certified in soul realignment, and I have a very special 90-minute VIP Akashic intensive I do, where I read your soul gifts and your actually your own individual manifesting blueprint. And unless you're energetically aligned and designed the same way as the coach that's teaching you, like a specific strategy, right, or straightforward formulas or systems, it's likely that, and very, very possible and highly likely that their strategy may not work for you, right, if they're not the same as you. So this is where it's really, really important to find, you know, because that'll be frustrating and not yield a good profit, right? So it's important, I feel, as intuitive and transformational leaders paving the new way, to have mentors that really see you and your soul, and that can help you align your business strategy, systems, and foundations in a way that you're actually meant to operate. And this will help you really shift into alignment. If you've got stuff going and it's not quite working, then it's just going to be a shift into alignment, or it's going to help you recreate a business foundation from the ground up that is more aligned with you, right? Which is perfect if you're just starting. So this will lead to burnout if we're trying to sell in ways, and it will just be frustrating financially and everything else when we don't get clicked into the right thing. And I'm sure that all of us can relate to this at some point in our journey. And it can definitely feel frustrating. And I know that for me, I kind of got in comparison mode. I felt like a failure. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. You know, like all these, like the mind gremlins start to creep up when you start to not see the results that you're hoping for, right? When you're so excited about what you have to offer. And so, you know, as I mentioned earlier, I got to the point of being able to trust my ability to tune into my intuition enough to invest $22,000 because I knew in my bones that it was my next step, right? Had I listened to logic or my empty bank account at the time, it would not have, it would have controlled my circumstances, right? I would have allowed that fear to control my decision and I wouldn't have done it. So now I can really trust, right? I can trust that I'm a powerful creator who is always supported by myself to tune in and hear the guidance to God, the universe, and I really don't let fear dictate how I invest. And I know that when I leap, the net will appear and my purpose is always financially supported. And this is really my hope for you too. I love, love, love seeing my clients take ownership of their own creative power because it's so empowering and it just, I don't know, it just brings me so much joy to witness them just step into that and start to feel the hope and the power of like, oh my gosh, I don't have to know the how. I can tune in, I can trust, and I can do this. And it's just, the leaps and bounds are amazing. So the alignment activity is to practice tuning in and taking action on your intuition, right? Start with the little things, build up your trust. And before you know it, you're just going to start to take those big leaps. And it might feel scary. I still feel butterflies sometimes, right? And mostly that's because the fear that gets triggered that, oh gosh, that means I'm going to have to address all this stuff that's not aligned with this big vision. You know, that's really what we're feeling when we start to step into that next level, right? And it's also definitely the shortcut to success. I now feel super aligned with coaches, with programs. I manifest my VA in a super magical way. And it's really just life-changing to be knowing and witnessing that you're creating, you know, I'm creating big and small miracles basically every day. And to really witness that and to know that just gives you so much power. And you can too. It's who you truly are, right? It's who your birthright is. Awesome. I'm going to come back for just a moment. I feel like I want to come back, see if I can shrink my screen for a second and come see you guys for a second and see if there's any questions or comments. I'd love to hear how this is resonating so far. I know we've got lots of information. So I'm going to open the chat up. Yes, of course, to all that, Kim says, you've come a long way, girl. Yes, Michelle, she's the one who helped me stretch my video visibility muscle initially. And thanks for sharing that part of your story. You're so welcome. What if you don't see anything? Because it was a while ago, are you talking about when you're tuning into, let me know a little bit more, but I say that sometimes when we try to force our intuition, we can actually block our intuition, right? It's just, it is a muscle. There are tools and techniques that I definitely teach and support people with in terms of opening their intuition, but mostly I feel we block our intuition when we're trying too hard. So I think it's just, you know, tuning into whatever energy or answer you're trying to get, trust and expect that it's coming, let it go, move on your day and just start to now notice the synchronicity that comes to you. Start to notice what you're attracting into your experience. Start to recognize the signs that are kind of like breadcrumbs that are leading you. And actually I talk a little bit more about this that might help your question too in one of our success secrets coming up. So tell me if that helped. Little or no response. I'm thinking to what you're asking for in terms of your guidance, but let's see. I swing from one to the other, mostly in the feminine, not getting out there as much. I can totally relate to that. I hear you. It's important to have that balance and just recognizing that's a huge thing. So now it's like, okay, tuning into what next aligned action step can I take right now to get my vision or mission out there in a big way. And I usually ask myself that every single day. That's really how I start my day. I say, okay, I ground to give myself the space. And here's the thing. I like an hour because it turns into how I create my content. But if I only have 10 or 5 minutes, I will take 5 or 10 minutes to check in with my body, to connect with my angels, to set my intentions to the universe, and to ask to guide and help me stay aligned with my highest gift and purpose and be of service today. And then I just pay attention and be present with what things come in, right? And so ask, what's my next action step? Awesome. I'm glad that totally helped. Okay, I'm going to head back over, you guys. We have a lot more to cover, and I wanted to just pop in because, you know, it starts to feel like you're by yourself over here. Okay, and I think that this, sorry you guys. Oh, okay. So, soul success secret number 4, illuminating presence. Okay, this is huge, huge, huge. Embodying your energy literally attracts the right clients for you. People are drawn to your magnetism and your energy, your vibrant aura, your cleansed, clean aura, right, does the attracting for you. And it's also equally important to have and to come across being, outwardly grounded, being connecting at the heart, being vulnerable, being authentic, being relatable in your communication. These are all really important ways to consider. Both the energy is I feel like you feel that when somebody comes in a room, even before they speak, and then also your connectedness while you're communicating. So I'd love to hear in the comments, do you consider yourself an empath or highly sensitive person, or both? Right? I resonate with both. There's a lot of similarities and a few little differences, but let me know in the chat. I know this was true for me as well as a lot of women in my community, that highly sensitive people and empathic people often feel too much responsibility, I put in quotes, okay, already energetically overwhelmed and cannot imagine more, right? So unconsciously what happens is you sometimes, consciously and unconsciously, I think, put your foot on the pedal and the brake at the same time, right? I didn't realize it at the time, but when I hit my proverbial rock bottom with my issue in my car accident with numbing through food and alcohol, that was largely related to energetic overwhelm, which then manifested into the real world overwhelm, because everything's energy and then it manifests into form, right? So let me know if you can relate to this, right? Looking back, I see tremendous fear around public speaking was also very much around being so sensitive. I was super aware of people's judgments. I literally did not feel safe in my body. I would energetically leave my body when I would have attention on me and then feel completely frozen and not remember what I'm supposed to say. And part of this really came from growing up in a house where my parents fought a lot, and I learned to just stay quiet as to not accidentally create a fight. So can you relate to walking on eggshells, right? This level of fear really got repeated as an adult, where I found myself creating unhealthy and different types of abusive relationships. And again, feeling afraid to speak my truth, right? So that walking on eggshells is part of an underlying thing I see. And it's really important that these experiences, whatever your version is of your fears, need to be healed at the underlying root cause in order to really deprogram our nervous system, right? We have to deprogram our nervous system from these past traumas. And this is huge, like huge, huge, huge. And I have really found that as sensitives, right, my clients, just noticing friends and peers and clients, that we usually choose, through our karma and soul's path, to incarnate into rather intense situations. And we have a lot of common patterns that we work through, such as boundaries with others, giving more than we're receiving, often feeling like a doormat, right? In codependent relationships. We're definitely really learning to step into our power and use our voice, right? Unapologetically and authentically. And so, not to mention, for me personally, coming out of the spiritual closet as a psychic in a family that thought this was evil and wrong was super scary for me, right? And I think that we all have our own outer story of how this hit, and then those inner core pains can be very similar. So let me know if you can relate to any of those patterns, and if you can see where that might be keeping you stuck. I had one client who is definitely super intuitive already. She had a big vision, big mission. She saw herself speaking on stages, and she also found herself procrastinating on being seen, right? But can we all just agree that it's hard to deliver on a big vision if you're not going to be seen, right? And so we had a session and we cleared some fears, and she really recognized that being intuitive and trusting your intuition are two different things, right? And she really gained a confidence to trust her intuition and take action. This is what I was speaking to earlier. And so she was also really able to get her body in alignment, so where she could trust herself and feel safe enough to be in her body, in her intuition, and stand in her embodied presence while speaking. And that is a huge, huge deal in terms of how people respond to you and what you'll attract as opportunities as well. Right? So this is really where the path of a messenger and a light leader is not for the faint of heart. We have to do this inner, deeper work. And I know many of y'all doing the work, and I get it. And there's just always deeper layers of this inner work that we have to continue to clear the fears so that we can step into our illuminating presence and really confidently step into our leader power. right? This is how you're going to create the collective movement, and how all of us will create our movements with our unique message and gifts. Is we have to feel safe and be willing to do the work that it takes to come out and live these opportunities that will come our way, right? So the alignment activity is energetic maintenance. Huge. Just like we take a shower physically, we need to take the time to energetically shower. And meditation is a great way to do this. You know, of course, salt baths, being in nature, exercise, and there's many ways that you can be clearing your energy. But I personally love teaching a specific style of meditation in my energetic mastery for sensitive and spiritual entrepreneurs, because it's really all about soul embodiment. It's about clearing the communication and healing the communication and opening that between your spirit and your body to open your intuition. It stimulates divine downloads. I co-taught at a Psychic Institute a year-long clairvoyant program to people with no intuitive, like beginners to people who are already intuitive, to really learn to master their intuitive skills, read energy, read auras, really use their clairvoyance. And now I teach and apply these tools to how to set up a stage when speaking, how to support your intentions to manage it and to manifest more quickly, right? And so these tools help you to really thrive in the world as a highly sensitive person instead of being overwhelmed. In that process, you turn your gifts and your sensitivities really into your greatest gift, which is being very intuitive and empathic, which helps you take massive steps forward in your business and in your life. Soul success secret number 5, soulful support team. Both physical and spiritual support are important, okay? You need this. It's important to surround yourself with people who get you, who can really acknowledge you. I think this is important as mentors, as peers, as friends, as clients, right? Really notice and get yourself around those people that can help give you the motivation and the accountability and the inspiration needed to get your message out in a big way. I personally have an intention that I connect with in my morning routine all the time around connecting and attracting only soul-aligned clients. That creates a win-win where we both feel elevated after the sessions. And it's amazing, and it works, and it's fun, right? So as well as utilizing your spiritual support team is super important. I love working with the angels. I call them my angelic advisors. I have definitely experienced so many miracles, so much joy, so much ease just as a result of working with the angels. I became a certified angel therapy practitioner by Doreen Virtue in 2010 in Kona, Hawaii in person. And it's just been something that I incorporate and teach people how to communicate and heal through and work with their spiritual support team in really all my programs to date. And this is just a little preview of what your gift might include. So the alignment activity is just really empowering to know that you do not have to know the whole plan, right? In fact, the more that you can release the how and just know that you really just need to be tuned into your soul's desires, which is the signpost for being in alignment with your purpose work and your soul's energy, your higher path, right? You just have to be open to asking for their guidance, tuning in, and following the synchronicity, like breadcrumbs leading you through the forest. And I think that I love this. Bears repeating. When my actions and soul's voice are aligned, success happens. That's a good mantra to practice with, because it helps you to remember to tune in and to know that's like marrying your intuition, your feminine, and the masculine action in an aligned way, and that results in abundance and success. So when my actions and soul's voice are aligned, success happens. So that's super, super valuable. Now, I know all of you have worked super hard, and I know that all of you have super amazing, powerful, life-changing gifts to share. And I also know that at times it can be lonely. The path of the messenger can be super lonely, and when you can so clearly see like these big visions of becoming the next Wayne Dyers of the world, speaking on Hay House stages, publishing your books and articles with the intention of awakening and healing the collective consciousness with your unique gift and message. And the problem that I see is that having this big mission triggers a lot of fear, which can turn into procrastination, doubt, feeling stuck, frozen, and unable to move through the glass ceiling to the next level. And also you can quickly find out that, you can drop a comment if you relate, you can quickly find out that there are lots of moving pieces to creating a viable, thriving, purpose-driven business. Am I right? All right. I had no idea when I stepped in, and I'm glad I did. And there's definitely been a lot of growth and learning. And it's essential, very much essential for success, to learn to listen before you act, right? So this is kind of recapping important thoughts. Listen before you act so that you can really, your actions are aligned with your soul's voice and your intuition and your calling. Really learning to listen and hear those responses before you act. Really embodying your presence so that you can share your message in a compelling and connected way, that your audience can actually feel you, right? Where they feel you and trust you. Because I think all of us, being sensitive, we attract what we're like. And so all of us, I feel, are sensitive and intuitive in that way. And so our clients are going to feel the same way. Surrounding yourself with motivated, like-minded community is humongous. And investing in yourself and your business to get the necessary benefits or business foundations in place in a way that feels true to you. Like you have to learn, you have to invest in yourself and in your business. So this is why I created this Soul Inspired Leaders 3-month mastermind program to support you really in stepping into the next level of impact and income with your soul's work, while really maintaining the integrity, the joy, the inspiration that led you to create the business in the first place, right? Can I get an amen on that one? I feel like there's always a point when we first start where it's like, what happened? The Soul Inspired Leaders Mastermind is for you if you're ready to get your message out and make the income and impact and money that you're really desiring for sharing your gifts. If you are tired of feeling invisible in the marketplace and are ready to finally unleash your authentic expression of your unique gifts and message, right? If you're ready to move through those fears and say goodbye to those gremlin voices in your head so that you can share your message with wider audiences. And if you're ready to be more comfortable and confident on stage in front of camera, whether it's through video or Facebook Live or speaking or writing your book is vulnerable too, right? You're putting your life on print. You don't have to go it alone, okay? You do not have to go it alone. I have created a powerful program and a container of transformation, and I'll really be teaching you tried and true methods to powerfully blend your soul work into tangible marketing frameworks that allows you to be seen and heard and paid by your soul-aligned community and clients. I've definitely witnessed so many clients have this transformation of getting bigger than their fears and really step into the fullness of their potential and really shine in the industry as powerful leaders. And that is so exciting to see and, just fulfilling. And in our time together, you're going to clear limiting fears that are stopping you from being seen and aligned, as well as create a plan of action so that you can powerfully share and attract, share your message, attract your clients, right? And every step of the way, I teach you energetic and soul-aligned aspects, as well as the grounded business strategy, so that you have a business foundation that is rooted in your uniqueness and your authentic voice that feels fun in the process. And this is kind of where I see people on one end of the spectrum or the other. Either, we've all got the woo, transformational side to us, right? The spiritual aspects. Then we have the business side that we have to do. And so marrying those. So whatever side you're on, it's about coming together and bringing into that full alignment so you can click into space. So whether you're new to business and starting from the ground up, or really just haven't quite got it clicked in, this will be powerful. And it's really my intention in the Soul Inspired Leaders Mastermind for you to clearly and confidently share your message to attract your soul-aligned clients and community so that you can fully realize that big vision and create that collective impact with your gifts. I want you to just imagine for a moment how it would feel for you as a leader in your community to really be able to show up and just as being an example to make the impact at the same time, just by showing up and really sharing your message vulnerably and authentically. I feel like that's how, as transformational leaders, we are stepping up, we're being light, and we're leading the way through this example. And sometimes in that way, it's like reluctantly stepping up to lead, but we're being called because people are inspired through us, but in order to do that, we have to share us, right? So how would your life also be different if you had the courage to authentically share your message from larger stages through video or speaking or writing, right? I know this is really huge too, to notice how you can start to call in and not only get the attention, when our energy is big like this and we step into it, we're starting to receive, attention, not just from our clients, but we'll begin to magnetize JV partners and influencers, like, bigger stages that we get to speak on. I've been getting some really incredible, exciting opportunities to step up and share in a bigger way, right? And this happens, the more that we step up, we are attracting everything that we need in order to take our self to the next level. We're fully supported in our purpose work always. So here's what the 3-month Soul Inspired Leaders Mastermind will include. It's 11 weeks, right? So there's a couple of integration and implementation weeks around the holidays, especially for people here in the States or those who celebrate. I like this anyways. I think it mapped out perfectly, because I like to get some information. This is super transformational. Everything I do each week, there's going to be transformation as well as tangible pieces to really hone in that alignment with your business and your message. And so there's a couple of weeks that will be integration and implementation, so that you can not feel like, oh, I'm getting behind. There's that space. There's 8 live Zoom calls, which is awesome, because that way we can be live, and your energy and your questions and your what you need will be addressed. You're going to get alignment activity workbooks, video trainings, archangel clearings and activation, writing prompts, all kinds of things to really help you, support you in getting this grounded alignment with your business. You're going to learn to communicate with your spiritual support team. 5 specific angels I'm going to bring in. And again, I always do these, we're going to be addressing all of those limitations and self-sabotaging fears that come up through angel clearings and things like that along the way. Energy healing is one of my gifts and things I love to do. And so that is something that we'll be working through. There's going to be weekly Facebook Lives and intuitive. I love to read the energy, so we did this in my Manifesting Miracles program, and people loved it, and it just really supported everyone in a big way. And so I'll do a weekly Facebook Live where I'm going to read the energy of the growth period of the group. And so what this does is I clairvoyantly look at the energy of where things are getting stuck, what's coming up for people, what's going on, so that I can help move the energy and create space, and we can all create the space together to move through what's coming up for us, right? There's always the synchronicity in that. And then for people that are live, I pull an angel card guidance for the week. So if you show up, then I can pull a card for you. And then also Q&A. So if you can't be live, you can always send me emails. I'll be in the group, very active all the time to be supporting you, and have a live Facebook Q&A as well as on the live calls. Now, this is something special to you guys, okay? Before I go, this is the pre-offer. I cannot continue this, but I do want to offer and make sure that everybody in my inner circle community who has been with me, who I'm sharing this with first, to get first opportunity, is a one-on-one private 90-minute VIP soul alignment activation and clearing in the Akashic Records. It's a $497 value. I've had clients who literally 2 days later released $10,000 of debt through an ex-husband who randomly was never supportive before, just boop, right after we worked specifically on healing karma with past relationships and money. Had somebody who doubled their income and hit $10,000 for the first time, who brought in love. Just so many miracles happen because we really go to the core. And so this is a value that I want to make sure that anybody who takes quick action in my community that's been doing this with me gets that opportunity. But when I go live, there's going to be a limit on that, and that will likely go away, because I simply there's pre-work that is required into that. And so I can't, I may sell out on my one-on-one, but all of you will get that. As long as it's by Sunday when I go public. And then the mastermind part of it is priceless. So my clients are definitely paying thousands of dollars to work with me privately. And this special mastermind I've created has over $3,300 of value in it. I've personally paid double this myself and found growth in every single penny. Some of the live topics will include Unleash Your Authentic Voice, Your Purpose-Driven Business Foundation, Master Your Messaging, Own Your Soul Gifts and Unique Message, Soulful Storytelling, right? This is how you can tell your story in a way that gets know, like, trust, and also sells without feeling salesy. Attract your soul-aligned clients and community to create the bigger impact. Soul-inspired programs, divine downloads, really creating that content on demand, like I was sharing with you earlier. This is, I have to share a testimonial. It makes my heart smile. Before coaching with Jen, I really didn't have certainty about my purpose, and I didn't even know how to tap in and find it. After our time together, I was able to tap into my heart's desire and purpose, not what others thought my purpose should be, but what truly lights up my soul. Also, when I was choosing to work with Jen, it was a real step of faith financially, but my spirit said, it's time to do this. So as a result of stepping in faith, and this is part of the Akashic reading, I believe, she helped me to manifest $10,000 of debt being released. I now have focus and clarity, which has given me so much more joy and peace and passion. And I would absolutely recommend Jen's one-on-one mentoring because she is a real joy and mentor to work with. She helped me build on my strengths and work through my personal challenge areas. Jen does it with grace and love and precision. And it makes my heart happy. As a result, I'm living an empowered life with greater freedom and purpose than I've ever thought possible. And it truly is helping people like Samantha and my other clients that lights me up with joy, makes my heart smile. And I just really am going to want to make this super simple for you because I want to support you. And so for all of you here, I'm going to give a special investment of $997. And again, for a limited time, there's going to be a 3-month installment payment. We're on the very beginning, so this won't start for a few weeks. And so there's time for you to get in on a 3 installment plan, which will make it, I hope, easier for some of you. Or there's also the $997 full pay investment. I'm giving you the $500 90-minute one-on-one for those of you as part of this. And when I go public, that will likely be sold out. Another bonus I want to offer you guys is first chance at the 60-minute bonus for manifesting your blueprint in the Akashic Records reading and an energetic business assessment valued at $397. A bonus for full pay people, the first 5 only gets another 60 minutes one-on-one coaching. So that's basically, if you sign up today, you're going to get between 2.5 and 3 hours of one-on-one coaching, which if you just add up the coaching alone is a little over what I'm asking for the program. So it's almost like you're getting the whole mastermind for free. And I didn't even talk about this yet, so this even boosts it even more, is the bonus for everyone is the Energetic Mastery Digital Program for sensitive and spiritual entrepreneurs. So this course really teaches you how to thrive in the world as a highly sensitive and empath, right? As well as to hone your intuition so that you can really follow your success and your roadmap. And I wanted to mention for anyone that's already had those foundational Akashic readings, because some of you have already had those with me, you will get the same amount of private time with me. There's always deeper work. We can do the Akashic, or we can do business, strategy coaching or whatever. So you're going to get that time. If you already had that reading, then you're going to get a deeper level of reading or time with me, same amount. Now, this is definitely limited. Oh, I do want to talk about this really quick. There's 2 bonus calls on this Energetic Mastery program that are super juicy. One of them is how you can use these tools to hold space when speaking to large audiences, whether you're in person or in social media, or individual clients, so you can own the energy of the room instead of it owning you. This is huge. I mean, really, really powerful stuff. And the second call is energetically supporting your manifesting, and you're promoting your services and your packages to maximize the energy and universal support and your creative power. So both of those are brand new. And I do this myself a lot, and I thought I need to be sharing this with you. So while you'll get access to this program right away, and you'll be in on those bonus calls, everybody, right? No matter how you pay, payments or not. And that will give us a great foundation until we start our program in a few weeks. Now the VIP option, which is I only have limited to 3 people, 4 months of one-on-one mentoring. And Kelly, can you drop the link actually for the mastermind itself? So empoweredwomansleadership.com/success will take you to the sales page. And if you want to hop on those 5 bonus, if you want to get any of those bonuses and you feeling your head shaking and this is a whole full-hearted yes for the mastermind itself, the link will be in the chat, and you can do that and still be on the call with us right now. I'd love to see you guys hop in and take advantage of those extra one-on-ones, because that really is powerful. And there are 3 one-on-one 4 months private work with me. And so this is where you just need to email me. You can also drop my email in there as well, Kelly, Jen at empoweredwomans, WOMANS leadership.com. You can email me and we will set up a time in the next few days to just see if it's the right fit for you, right? Again, my intention is always to have soul-aligned clients. That's a win-win. So I'm not into high pressure at all. I want to see if this is your next step. And if it is, then I would love to work with you. There's payment plans optional as well. And this will guarantee you the 90-minute session, the 60-minute blueprint, as well as 8 more one-on-one private sessions to be used over the next 4 months to really set you up in a massive momentum for 2018 going into the new year. And that's limited to 3 people. And that is a 4,000, that's another. So basically today for you guys in my group, that are seeing this first in my community before I launch it publicly are going to be offered the $500 bonus 90-minute guaranteed, so $500 gift in the mastermind itself, and also $500 off of my VIP one-on-one mentoring work. Normally the investment is $5,000. I'm going to do it for $444 in full. Or if you'd like to create a payment plan, this is my payment plan that I have set up automatically. Again, you know, we can do, just reach out to me if you think that this is something important to you. I would like to see how I could support you. I do take PayPal. One thing I'm just going to mention, because I find that sometimes it helps people to take advantage of the full pay, is I do take PayPal, and they have a 6-month zero interest, which is super helpful sometimes. I've done this once before, and I had clients that have done this where they've taken advantage of getting all the bonuses because they paid me in full through the PayPal 6-month zero interest credit, and then you have 6 months to pay it off. So that makes your payments, even $200 a month with no interest, if that's something that would help you. So I'm just letting you know that. And then the other thing that's going to go away, besides the one-on-ones when it fills up, is the 3-pay is going to have to go to 2-pay shortly, just because of time-wise, right? So this is definitely, you're getting in with the first opportunity at the best pricing that I can give. So I invite you to claim your space now, empoweredwomensleadership.com/mastermind. I'd love to see you on the side. On the other side, there's been so much amazing momentum in the group. I know you guys are feeling called. We are in a powerful transition right now. This is a 1-year ending. It's time to take our messages out. I know you've been feeling this in your heart and you're ready. And if you resonate with me and this feels like something that you are aligned with, and and you're feeling butterflies, I know it can feel scary sometimes, especially when you're going for something that is like, okay, I'm claiming it even further, and that will trigger things. So I just invite you to reach out to me if this is something that you really want to do, or sign up directly now to claim those bonuses for the mastermind itself. I would love to support you. You guys are all amazing in the group. I just can't, it's just blowing me away what incredible visions and heart and talent that there is, that you have to share with the world. So put your put your email in the chat box to receive your free gift. I promised all of you that were here to the end with me, we're going to get a free gift. So put your email in the chat box. I will email that to you directly. It's going to be an angelic activation, how to up-level with ease and grace. I mean, can we all use that, right? It's just where we really do a powerful angelic and energetic clearing and activation to really help you step fully into your next level and clear some of those fears and things away. So we will be emailing that out to you. If you're on the phone, you can, again, email me, Jen at empoweredwomens, WOMANS, leadership.com .com. Sorry, Jen at empoweredwomensleadership.com. Or just reply to one of my emails. I will get it. So now it's Q&A time. It's question time. I'm just going to come back and check the chat, see you guys face to face again. I'm just so excited that you guys are all here with me. Thank you for joining me. Let me get my video back on. All right. Yay! Did you guys get some value out of this? I hope you guys found some value. I'm going to come back and look at this. Did you guys, let me see if I can come back. I'm so thankful that you guys stayed with me here. I'm so thankful for you guys that are sharing in the challenge as well. It's just so powerful. So let's see if I can get, okay, so it looks like Kelly's got those in there. Way to go. Thanks for this. I have to go, but thanks for this, Kim. No problem. She's gone. Bye, Michelle. Wonderful program. Bye, Lon. Thanks, Jen, says Tammy, and hearts from Michelle. Okay, guys, I'm so happy that you guys joined me here today. If you have any questions, go ahead and type them in. I can stay for a few minutes if you have any questions. Otherwise, jump on it. If you feel resonant with me, if this feels good to you, I invite you, please say yes to yourself. This is going to be a powerful, powerful transformation that will kick you into the next year. And I know that it's your time to shine, or you wouldn't be here. And I just would be my honor to support you in that. So thank you so much for being here with me. I look forward to seeing you for our last day of the challenge tomorrow. For those of you that are joining me in the challenge, I have a super juicy one that you won't want to miss. 3 messages to master. So those are going to be really powerful as well. All right, guys, I will see you soon. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a blessed day.